Hello and welcome. You tune into Market Fatafat with me, Ankita Saxena, and with me is Sharad Dubey. And in the next half an hour, we'll take you through all the top buzzers in and why they are buzzing. But first up, let's take stock of how the markets are shaping up at this juncture. Sharad, if you look at the market right now, we are very range bound. So that remains, that trend remains intact of being range bound. But nonetheless, we are still managing, we're trading with gains of 100 odd points in Nifty. Nifty Bank, though, is not really following suit as Nifty is. But broader markets is where the action is, right?
Well, that's a good reason actually for the indices to cheer. Nifty itself, we thought that there would be the global cues are suggesting a flat or a negative opening, but a good recovery coming in overall and comfortably above the 24,650 levels. Nifty Bank, it's a bit wobbly, but in a very, very small range. Nifty Bank is actually traversing. Almost you could say it's flattish, coming in at 55,600 odd levels. But nevertheless, a good performance coming across sectors as well, and the advanced decline ratio, that is also in the favor of bulls. The Nifty Mid Cap, the Nifty Small Cap 100 index also showing a good up move. So net a positive day. This is the first day of the week. So of course we would be focusing that this trend remains there, especially the closing levels is something to watch out for as we go into the RBI MPC meet and also the August 7th date which has been come for the tariff deadline when it comes to the overall US markets with India as well. Now of course joining us is Samit Chavan, the head of research and technical derivatives at Angel One. Samit, first of all I'd like to point out what is the market setup looking like from the current levels. Is this a sell on rise kind of a market for the traders, or it should be a wait and watch and trade lightly currently?
We are trading around the a corridor of uncertainty. We were seeing 24,500, 400 as a major support level. See, technically speaking, the chart structure is not that promising, but you have to see, FI's index position is also there. Nearly, it is at long short ratio. If you see, it is below 10%, which is lowest among the historical evidences. So we believe that the market is extremely oversold, and we are now approaching very strong support of, as I said, 24,500, 24,450. So there's some sort of bounce back is likely, and this is clearly what we have been witnessing. The trend deciding level would be 25,000, 25,200.
Right.
Till the time Nifty does not surpass this level, any bounce back is likely to be sold.
Right, Samit. Thank you so much for the levels, and we will be watching out for those. But let's talk about the stock which is not doing very well, and that is on the back of operationally weak quarter that's coming in for ABB India in Q2, calendar year 2025. What were the key factors that were really weighing on the growth for the company, and how do they see their order pipeline to grow ahead? We also caught up with Sanjeev Sharma, who's the managing director of ABB India. Let's go across and listen into this exclusive excerpt from that conversation.
Certain segments continue to grow, like data center, renewables, electronics manufacturing, railway, metro. I think that's where we can see there is still a good, robust momentum for our portfolio. So that is growing almost 12 to 15% growth rate. Then we have another large market segment group, which is growing 8 to 12, 8 to 15% growth rates. There, I think we see that there's a bit of a sluggishness. And also, the large industry, the core industries, I think there's a bit of a sluggishness at this point in time. And we have experienced this in past, and I think sometimes it takes 1 year or sometimes less based on how the overall sentiment and the market changes. And I think they come back fairly quickly. Yeah.
Right. I do want to spend a minute talking about private capex. There have been some signals that say that private capex should come back. Some of your peers are also reporting at least an initial pickup. There have been steep rate cuts, but those haven't really translated into private capex actually picking up the way one would expect to. So when do you see private capex really coming back?
So private capex, I think that has been a story for last many years. I think everybody is expecting that there should be a big kick-up. It never happened. Really, the private capex hasn't been on a high cycle. I think it has been a lot of government spend in last few years. But we do feel that in the medium-sized industry and the new market segment which have come, like electronics manufacturing, data center, there the capex is pretty good. And also the machinery builders, they have set up a lot of facilities wherein the machines which India used to import earlier, they are manufactured locally. That also has expanded base for our products. But the core sector or the large or heavy industry, I think that's where you can see there is a bit of a sluggishness. And we believe it has less to do with the interest rates, etc. I think it's more to do with the certainty they're looking for the marketplace as well as the global marketplace, which is holding them back at the moment.
So this quarter revenues have been good, but it's the EBITDA and the net profit that have sort of taken a beating. How would you say the impact of one-offs have been in this quarter, and going forward, where do you see the profits sort of coming in?
So one-offs are basically coming from the forex side, which is out of our control. So half of it is mark to market because we have hedging, and but then it gets actualized based on how the current forex is. So that we report in the quarter concern. And then we also are an engineering company. When we deliver engineered solutions to our customers, at times we need to adjust those deliveries. So I think there was a one-off there. And this is quite rare. It's not regular. So I think if you take these one-offs out and the QCO effect that we had, if you take it, our margins are all on a predictable level. So, and we will follow the guidance we have given in the market, because we continue to have the very strong backlog, which we will continue to execute. And we have backlog which is north of 10,000 crore for the first time. That gives us good visibility of the revenues and the deliveries that we will be making to the customers.
All right, so that's the management of ABB. ABB stock taking a knock in today's trading session on the back of operationally weak quarter that came in and a weak commentary as well. But let's get started with all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. First up is Hero MotoCorp. Now, Hero Motor, remember, is the top Nifty gainer as well. It is on the back of some business updates. The sales data that has come in for Hero MotoCorp, the company has reported its July auto sales data, and the two-wheeler sales have risen to 21.5% on a year-on-year basis to 4,49,000 units. And the domestic sales grew by 18.7% on a year-on-year basis to 4,12,000 units, while the exports saw a substantial surge of 64.3% on a year-on-year basis to 37,358 units. Now, there's a beat coming in as far as these numbers are concerned, and therefore Hero Motor is trading up with gains of almost 3.5% in trade.
Well, yes, Hero MotoCorp stock up almost 3% in the day's trade. Samit, the next stock is Delivery, a very strong set of numbers. Now, of course, importantly, the commentary and the broking upgrades have also come in this counter. What are the important technical levels looking like?
The stock has given a stupendous move in last 3 odd months. We can see a series of higher highs, higher lows in all time frame charts. Now it has also broken its recent resistance of 440, and the kind of volume activity that we have been witnessing since morning, it says that this move is likely to extend, and the stock is likely to challenge its February 24's highs, which is around 470, 475. So overall, the chart looks quite promising, and importantly, the entire rally is backed by robust volume. So this provides some sort of credence to the move. Hence, we expect the stock to soon challenge February 24 highs around 470, 75, and even it can surpass to test 500.
All right, so that's Delivery on the charts. But like Sharath mentioned, Delivery, strong set of numbers coming in, strong quarter, bullish brokerage notes. Take us through all of that, Ravinder.
Well, yes, Delivery is in focus on back of their strong Q1 number and positive management commentary, where company reported a revenue at rupees 2,294 crore, which was up by more than 5.5% year-on-year basis, and company's net profit also saw a good uptick of approx 68% year-on-year basis. And if we talk about EBITDA, then company's EBITDA saw an uptick of more than 53% year-on-year basis. And management in the con call said that the express parcel margin expected to remain within 16 to 18% range, and corporate overhead expected to decline from 9.1% to 6.5%, and company has seen a reduced intensity of price competition, which is driven by the financial constraints facing competition who are previously priced below the cost. And management said that the Delivery has gained significant market share across all clients types, including marketplace, going beyond their previous growth mainly in the direct D2C and SME segment. With the e-commerce express acquisition, Delivery market share is likely to expanded by approximately 25%. So back of the strong Q1 number and positive management commentary, and target price raise from the brokerages, stock is in focus, and the stock is up more than 6% to trade at 52-week high.
Well, thank you very much, Ravinder, for giving a 360 view on delivery. Stock is up more than 6%. But now let's move to the pharma space. Interestingly, Torrent Pharma is in focus, and a positive news flow coming in is that there has been no observations coming in from US FDA, and this is coming in for the manufacturing unit in Andhra Pradesh. Overall, largely looking at the stock itself, it's not reacting positively, and stock is down almost 1.5%, and stock is trading at roughly 3,627 rupees per share. Now, of course, the pharma segment, especially this company itself, their recent acquisition of JB Chemical Pharma is something which the street is actually discounting, especially over the next 3 to 5 years, as the benefits of this acquisition tend to play out. So that will be a very important trigger on a long-term basis for Torrent Pharma.
Alright, moving on from Torrent Pharma to Hero MotoCorp. Now we already know what the fundamental news is that's powering Hero MotoCorp. Good auto sales data coming in, but on the chart, Samit, what can we make of Hero MotoCorp?
Since mid-May we did not see any major price action in Hero Moto. This stock has been oscillating within the boundaries of 200-300 points, which is a very slender range for this particular counter. And now the way the stock has moved since morning with volumes, it suggests that the stock is likely to now come out of its slumber phase. The breakout point would be around 4550, 4600. Once we see prices traversing these levels on a closing basis, we would see a good rally then unfolding in Hero Moto afterwards. Next potential target would be around 4800, 4850. Any pullback is likely to get bought into, and now on the lower side, the lower boundary of its recent channel, 4200, 4150 is likely to act as a very strong support.
Alright, so that's Hero Moto on the charts. But let's move on to another earnings candidate that has posted its Q1 results, and a weak set coming in from Utkarsh Small Finance Bank. In fact, that stock has taken a sharp beating. It's down and out almost 8% in trade today. Weak Q1 numbers, asset quality that has deteriorated to 199 basis points on a sequential basis, and collection efficiency is at 82%. Now, the lender's asset quality has seen a sharp deterioration during quarter, the gross NPA declining to 11.4% from a 9.4% in March. Now, while the net NPA is at 5% from an earlier 4.8% in March, when compared on a year-on-year basis, the gross NPA stood at 2.8%, while the net NPA stood at 0.3%. Now, the provisions for the quarter also increased to 410 crores from an earlier 223 crores in March. The loan growth portfolio at the end of the quarter increased to 2.3% from last year to 19,224 crores, while the share of secured loans in the gross loan portfolio stood at 45% from an earlier 35%. Now, the lender has reported a net loss of 239 crores during the quarter as compared to a net profit of 137 crores last year. Now, on the back of weak set of results coming in, Utkarsh is down and out almost 8% in trade.
Yes, it seems like it's accident of the day, and a very weak numbers coming in, be it the financial numbers or even the operational metrics, as I was discussing. Looking forward is Jindal Stainless. Stock is up almost 3%, and the entire metal pack has been buzzing in the trade today. Samit, what do you make of Jindal Stainless? There seems an up move coming in from the stock. Will this sustain, or will there be one more round of consolidation?
It looks like it is likely to sustain. The kind of price structure we have been witnessing since last 6 months. We can call it as a bullish cup and handle. And with today's price action, this pattern has been broken out in the upward direction. So that confirms a breakout from its long 6 months consolidation, and the kind of positive placement of momentum oscillators we are now observing. It says that the stock is likely to extend this move and head towards 775, 780 over the next few weeks. So it's a good buy at current level. Any pullback towards 700 would make it an attractive risk to reward candidate. And as a trader, one should keep a stop around 668 and go long at current.
Well, stop loss at 668 levels for Jindal Stainless, coming out of a 6-month breakout and a long initiation coming in. Of course, the railway space has been buzzing as well. A lot of order flows being announced. Interestingly, Railtel would be in focus. They have received a 166 crore order coming in from BSNL. Stock itself is sustaining the 2.5% uptick, and almost 360 levels is what the stock is currently trading at. Apart from this, also the other railway stocks have been buzzing in trade as well. But after a long time of consolidation, there is seen a volume jump coming when it comes to the railway names.
All right, so that is Railtel that's buzzing in trade. But let's move on to the next counter, that is Dilip Bilcon, that is in focus today. And now Dilip Bilcon and its JV with RBL Bank has emerged as the lowest bidder for a 1,504 crore rupees Gurugram Metro Line project. On the back of the order win, Dilip Bilcon is up and away more than 2.5% in trade today.
Well, yes, moving on from infra space, ITC, they reported largely mixed set of numbers coming in, and brokerage reaction has also been mixed. Ravinder, what are you gathering of this entire data?
Well, as ITC is in focus, where company reported its quarterly number, and company's revenue saw an uptick of more than 20.5% year-on-year basis, but company reported a flat PAT at 4,912 crore. And if we talk about EBITDA, then EBITDA saw an uptick of approx 3% year-on-year basis, and staples, biscuit, dairy, premium, personal wash, home care, and agarbattis drove growth in the FMCG segment. And Mangaldeep Agarbattis and Dhoop recorded a strong growth. And the management said that they are seeing early signs of recovery in the urban consumption. Demand were visible during the quarter. And there are some brokerages note coming in where Nuvama has maintained their buy rating, and they have had target price rupees 540 as compared to earlier target price 532, and Morgan Stanley has also maintained their overweight rating with target price of rupees 500. Citi has maintained their buy rating, but they have cut target price of rupees 500 as compared to earlier target price of rupees 520. So back of the mixed Q1 number, ITC is in focus, and the stock is holding a gain of approx 0.5%.
All right, so that's ITC holding with gains of 0.4% after a mixed set of Q1 results. But let's move on to the next counter, that is Tata Motors, that is in focus on the back of auto sales number for the month of July. Now, in July, Tata Motors reported a 7% year-on-year increase in commercial vehicle sales to 28,956 units. However, the passenger vehicle sales saw a 11% decline to 40,175 units, leading to a 6% drop in total domestic sales to 65,953 units compared to 70,160 units in the same period last year. Tata Motors in focus with gains of 0.4% coming in on the back of July quarter sales data.
Well, of course, the auto space has been buzzing, and as Ankita had pointed out in her previous choices as well. Another space which is in focus is the textile stocks, especially stocks such as Gokuldas Exports and Arvind. Recently, the government announced, the US government announced there would be a 25% tariffs coming in India, and of course, a strong exposure coming in the US market is from the textile segment. But important developments happened over the weekend where the government is engaging with talks with various trade associations and important players of the ecosystem so as to find some credible solutions, because the textile exports are being hit by the overall tariffs. There might be government SOPs or even financial assistance is something which the industry is requiring. So these stocks might see a recovery. In the chart today itself, Arvind has already seen a recovery, but Gokuldas Exports trading currently flat as well. So it will be important to watch out for these overall textile stocks.
All right, moving on then to textile stocks to the next counter, that is Karnataka Bank, that is in focus now. Remember, Karnataka Bank had plunged over 7% in the last 6 days after the resignation of MD and CEO of Sri Harikrishna Harihara Sarma and also the Executive Director Shekhar Rao. Now another resignation has come in. This is Ramaswamy Subramaniam, who stepped down from his position as the Chief Product Officer, and on the back of this resignation, Karnataka Bank is in focus. However, the dips have been bought into today. In fact, there was a sharp decline in the morning, but it has picked up. Some buying has come in on Karnataka Bank. It is now trading with gains of almost 0.8% in trade.
That's an important update coming in. Thank you very much, Ravinder and Samit, for joining and giving your inputs. But interestingly, Anil Ambani's troubles refuse to abate. After ED searches at his company-related premises and summons, the federal agency has now sent summons to his top executives. Not only this, the agency will also question the banks in the 17,000 fraud case. Now, Bhavtosh is here with more details.
ED has now written to over 35 banks asking them to explain why the loans that have been given to Reliance Anil Ambani group of companies that have turned into NPA was not flagged, and no letter was written to relevant authorities. ED has said that they will also be summoning bank officials. In a related development, ED has said that they have summoned top officials of Reliance Anil Ambani group of companies. Those who have been summoned include Amitabh Jhunjhunwala and also Satish Seth. Anil Ambani has been summoned for Tuesday. ED has already issued lookout circular against him. On 24 July, ED had carried out raids and searches at 35 locations, which also covered 50 companies and 25 persons. Those who have been summoned include top executives of Anil Ambani group of companies and also 6 others. ED has said that they are looking at the possibility that when loans of around 8,000 rupees were given to Anil Ambani group of companies, bribe was given to Yes Bank officials. ED has said that bank officials will also be summoned in days to come. ED has already arrested a managing director of paper company. This paper company or shell company had given fake bank guarantee to State Bank of India. ED has said that there could be possibility that some arrest will take place in days to come.
And well, it is the beginning of August, and beginning of every month marks key financial activities, salary credits, bill payments and planning expenses. But just as we plan for our expenses, it's equally important to plan for our investments. To encourage this habit, SBI Mutual Fund in collaboration with Times Network is launching a nationwide investor awareness initiative, Bharat Nivesh Behtar Nivesh Behtar Kal. The objective of this initiative is to promote the habit of consistent investing amongst Indians, helping them secure their financial future. As a part of the we are observing 4th of every month as a monthly reminder to ensure that you start your mutual fund SIP or ensure your existing SIP continues. So go on and set your reminder to invest consistently and stay committed to your goal for financial well-being of you and your loved ones. And ET Now Leaders of Tomorrow is back with season 13. Yes, this is India's longest running television show dedicated to MSMEs, and this season Leaders of Tomorrow is spotlighting the spirit of Indian entrepreneurs through the theme Agility, Ambition and Accent. Witness how bold visionaries are adapting to change and reaching new heights. Don't miss Leaders of Tomorrow season 13 starting today, Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. only on ET Now.
In today's world, businesses navigate invisible systems. Markets shift like shadows. Uncertainty coded into every move. This isn't a glitch, it's the new normal. But a few, they see the code. They know agility isn't a strategy, it's survival. Ambition isn't ego, it's fuel. Ascent isn't linear, it's exponential. They don't wait for certainty, they move through chaos. They become the disruptors. IDFC First Bank presents ET Now Leaders of Tomorrow, Season 13.
Presented by IDFC First Bank, always you first.